Pioneers, my most cherished family. Hello everyone. Today, I do not want to sit on a serious high-tech stage for a press conference. I just want to pull up a chair, sit as close to the lens as possible, right in front of each of you. Let us chat like old friends who haven't seen each other in a long time. I looked at the calendar. Today is December 2025. Outside the window at Stanford, a long winter rain is falling. The rain drips down the red tile roofs, tapping on the ground, making a tick-tock, tick-tock sound. This sound reminds me of the passage of time and of the 7 years we have walked together. 7 years. In Western culture, there is a concept called the 7-year itch. It suggests that no matter how passionate a relationship is, after 7 years of trivialities and friction, it enters a period of fatigue, where one might even want to give up. Recently, on community message boards, in the comments section of X, and even in my private inbox, I have seen a lot of this emotion. Someone asked me, Dr. Fan, I started tapping the lightning button in 2019. I went from a college student to a father. My youth has been spent here. Tell me, how much longer must I wait? Someone said, Dr. Fan. Watching other projects rise and fall, watching friends make money and lose money on other coins. Meanwhile, the pie in my hand, although the mainnet is open, although it has a price, seems far from the financial freedom I dreamed of. Should I give up? Others asked even more directly, Dr. Fan, has the core team already made enough money? Are you stalling? Do you even understand the suffering of us, ordinary people? Seeing these words, honestly, my heart feels sour and heavy. Today, I want to take off the shiny title of co-founder. I want to take off the rational shell of computer scientist. I want to answer this topic as an ordinary person. A woman who, like you, feels tired and doubts herself late at night. 7 years. Are you tired? I am tired too. But why am I still here? Yes, dear family, I am tired too. You may not be able to imagine what an emotionally draining task it is to operate a global network with tens of millions of real users. In these 7 years, Nicholas and I have hardly had a complete weekend. Our lives are filled to the brim with code, server logs, and compliance documents from all over the world. I am tired because of the invisible mental burden. Every day when I open my eyes, I have to face regulatory pressure from over 200 countries globally. The EU's MiCA regulation, the US SEC scrutiny, new anti-money laundering rules in Asia. Every change in a clause could concern the life and death of the Pi network. We must walk like we are on a tightrope, carefully ensuring this great ship does not hit a reef. I am tired because of the powerless defense in the face of misunderstanding. When we had to pause KYC approvals to protect everyone's assets and prevent bots from draining the treasury. When we had to postpone the opening of the mainnet to build a true ecosystem. The outside world was overwhelmed with curses, calling it a scam, a harvest, a pipe dream. At that time, looking at those vicious comments, I often suffered from insomnia all night. I wanted to explain, but I knew that before the results came out, all explanations were pale. I am tired because of the harsh pursuit of perfection. As a scholar, I have a rigorousness bordering on obsessive-compulsive disorder. I cannot tolerate loopholes in our system. I cannot tolerate flaws in our economic model. Every technical upgrade, every algorithm iteration, we have to test hundreds or thousands of times. Because I know that in this decentralized world, once a mistake is made, it is an irreversible disaster. It is irresponsibility towards tens of millions of families. So, when you ask me, Dr. Fan, are you tired? My answer is, tired? I am very tired. I am also flesh and blood. I also wake up on a certain morning, look at the increasing gray hair in the mirror, look at the deepening wrinkles at the corners of my eyes, and ask myself, Chengdiao Fan, what are you after? Why don't you choose an easier life? With our resumes, we could totally go to Google, to Meta, take a top-tier salary, and live a comfortable 9-to-5 life. Or, 3 years ago, we could have been like those meme coin projects. Launch a coin, pump the price, cash out at the high point, and then go sunbathe on a beach in Hawaii, never caring about the mess left behind. But we didn't. Why today? 7 years later, at the end of 2025, when I already feel so tired, am I still sitting here? Why am I still excited about the next version of the Pi network? I want to give you 3 reasons. These are also the spiritual pillars that have supported me, supported Nicholas, and supported the entire core team to get to today. The first reason is responsibility. This may sound abstract, but for me, it is a tangible weight. 7 years ago, when we wrote the first line of code in that small classroom at Stanford, we just wanted to conduct a sociological experiment. We wanted to see if we could use mobile phones to let ordinary people access cryptocurrency. But later, things changed. Things became much bigger than we imagined. When the number of users broke 10,000, I thought it was a surprise. When the number of users broke 1 million, I thought it was a project. When the number of users broke 10 million, and even reached the tens of millions now, this was no longer just a project. This is a promise. This is a covenant. I remember a single mother from the Philippines wrote to me. She said she had no bank account, no credit card. She worked hard every day, but her meager salary was always devoured by inflation. She said Pi was her only hope, the only asset she could leave to her child. I remember a university student from Nigeria told me that he used the Pi he had saved for 3 years to exchange for a second-hand laptop in the ecosystem. That was the first computer in his life. He used that computer to learn programming and changed his destiny. When you see these stories, when you realize that every decision you make could affect the life trajectory of an ordinary person on the other side of the earth, how dare you say you are tired? How dare you say you give up? If I leave now, if Pi Network fails, it is not just my personal failure. It is the shattered dreams of 19 million people who believed in us. It is 19 million burning hearts cooling to ash. This trust is too heavy, heavy enough that I dare not stop, heavy enough that even when I am most tired, just thinking of your expectant eyes, I will stand up again. The second reason is anger. Yes, you heard right, anger. As a scholar studying social inequality, I feel deep anger towards the financial order of this world. Look at our world now. Wealth is concentrating towards a few people at an unprecedented speed. The elites on Wall Street sit in skyscrapers, move their fingers, and can harvest the wealth of ordinary people through complex financial derivatives. Central banks, just by turning on the printing press, can dilute the savings we worked so hard to save. And cryptocurrency was supposed to be the sharp sword to break this monopoly, supposed to be the currency belonging to the people. But look at Bitcoin, look at Ethereum. What have they become? They have become a new capital game. To mine Bitcoin, you need mining rigs worth tens of thousands of dollars. To play Ethereum, you need to pay high gas fees. Ordinary people are once again shut out, once again becoming bystanders. I refuse to accept this. I do not believe that technology can only serve the rich. I do not believe that ordinary people are destined to be refugees in the financial world. I stay here because I want to prove there is another way. I want to prove that we don't need expensive graphics cards. We don't need to consume the electricity of a country. We don't need profound computer knowledge. As long as there is a mobile phone, as long as there is trust between people, we can create a currency belonging to billions of people. Every single thing we have done in these 7 years is a declaration of war against the old order. We insist on one person, one account, insist on KYC, just to prevent the machines of capital from coming in to do evil. We insist on mobile mining just to let the farmer in Africa and the white-collar worker in New York stand on the same starting line. We insist on ecosystem construction just to let currency return to the essence of payment rather than chips for speculation. In these 7 years, we have suffered countless eye rolls and ridicule. So-called blockchain experts mocked us as mobile check-ins. Speculators on exchanges mocked us for having traffic, but no price. But now, in 2025, we did it. We built the world's largest real identity encrypted network. We let 19 million living people own on-chain wallets. This sense of achievement, this thrill of overturning the old world, cannot be bought with any amount of money, and it is also the endless fuel supporting me to keep fighting. The third reason is because I saw the future. 7 years for a person is long, but for a civilization, it is very short. Many pioneers feel tired because everyone is still using the timescale of the internet era to measure the changes of the blockchain era. Everyone is used to downloading an app today, ordering takeout tomorrow, and hailing a car the day after. This kind of speed is the speed of business models, the speed of burning money for subsidies. But Pi Network is not building an app. We are building a digital nation. We are laying the financial railroad tracks of the future. In these 7 years, we seem to walk very slowly, But in reality, we were drilling through rock. We were filling in ravines. Look at our foundation now. We possess a compliance architecture capable of passing the MiCA regulation, which is the ticket to the European financial market. We possess a massive distributed node network capable of resisting the threat of quantum computing, which is the shield for future security. We possess an identity verification system capable of interfacing with AI agents, which is the bridge to silicon-based civilization. I stay here because I know better than anyone where Pi Network stands right now. We are on the eve of an explosion. This is like the growth of bamboo. For the first 4 years, bamboo only grows a few centimeters underground, but its root system is extending madly in all directions. By the 5th year, the bamboo will grow wildly at a speed of 30 centimeters per day, growing to 15 meters high in just 6 weeks. Pi Network is that bamboo. For the past 7 years, we were taking root. We were accumulating power. We were driving the roots of trust into the soil of over 200 countries globally. Now, the open mainnet has launched. External connections have been opened, and the rain of the ecosystem is pouring down. I see strangers establishing trust through Pi in Blind Lounge. I see street corner coffee shops starting to accept Pi payments in StarMax. I see young people happily earning Pi in games like Run for Pi. All of this is telling me the explosion phase is coming. If at this time I leave because I am tired, then I am a deserter. I am a coward who gave up the right to see the flowers bloom. So, dear family, if you ask me, 7 years, are you tired? I will say, tired to the bone. But if you ask me, do you regret it? I will say never. Because I know that what we are doing has never been done before. We are redefining what currency is. We are redefining what value is. We are redefining what human dignity is. I want to say to you in front of the screen, if you also feel tired, if you have also wavered, if you have also thought about selling your account for a few meals, please hold on a little longer. Please give yourself, give Pi a little more time, because the hardest era of pioneering has passed. Now, we are already standing on the coastline of the new world. Do not close your eyes at the moment before dawn. Do not turn away and leave when the door to the treasure is about to open. These 7 years, your every click, your every wait, your every silence after being ridiculed are the chips you have deposited for this future. Please believe time is the fairest judge. It will not fail every long-termist. I am CFan. I am still here. I am still in this office at Stanford. Even if my hair turns white, even if my steps become slow, I will guard this lamp, guard this network until it illuminates the life of every single one of you. Let us wipe away the sweat, pack our bags, and continue the journey, because better scenery lies just ahead. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your companionship, day in and day out for 7 years.